Happy Moon Day. I first want to just start with a quick apology to those of you who have been watching consistently. I was out last week. There was no Moon Day reading, and it's because I was actually at an activation in Sedona and just getting some major downloads while I was out there. So I feel like I came back in a whole new vibration. And actually the trip out there was a new vibration. So they're bringing this up because they want me to let you know how things are changing. So my husband and I have been traveling to Sedona every year for the past 4 years. And this year we took the exact same route we always take, and everything just felt and looked completely different. There were things that were like, I don't remember that mountain there, or I don't remember that looked that way. And it just was so strange to take this journey again and in a whole new vibration. And I asked Spirit, like, what's going on? Like, are we just forgetting things? And they're like, no, you just have risen into a new vibration. You're seeing new things. And then I had a friend recently send me, I believe it was like a podcast or a video interview, I guess, with two women. One of them channeled Archangel Raphael, and it was a really beautiful message. And the message, part of what Archangel Raphael came through and said in that message was that there are things that we haven't seen in a very long time on this, in Earth space. And it's not because they don't exist anymore, right? Like ancient Egypt. It's not like those things don't exist anymore. It's just that they're in a completely different vibration. So things are happening in different dimensions. And we are just now starting to peel back the layers and go into these different dimensions. And it reminds me also of a time a few years back where I was driving. I've told this story before. Some of you may have already heard it, but I was driving and the vibration just felt really dense and low vibe. And like, I felt like we were just in the worst neighborhood, and it was a really quiet, serene neighborhood for the most part. And in that moment, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're in a different dimension. And I put on a frequency to raise our vibration. And as soon as I raised our vibration, we were in the exact same space in a different dimension, and everything looked completely different. And so that's what happened to my husband and I on this trip is, we did like this really last minute impromptu trip, went to get activated from some pretty amazing people. And on the way there, we just didn't recognize anything. And it was because we have shifted our vibration so much that we are literally in a new realm. This may be happening for you as well. So you may be noticing things that you didn't see before. You may be hearing things that you haven't heard before. All gifts are coming online. So just be open to whatever gifts you are ready to receive, and trust that they are happening for the good of self and for the good of humanity. If you need to look deeper into that, you can, get online, get on social media, look for things and keywords that will help you go deeper into those gifts that are coming online for you. Or you can reach out to me. I do, my sessions are changing. I haven't quite got the change up on our website yet, but I am shifting into this new place when it comes to the sessions that I offer, because there's so many new things that are coming online and that I've been able to help process through with people and help them work through much quicker than ever before. And so when I find the time to actually get that upgraded, I will. But if you need help tapping into your gifts, figuring out how to navigate through them, I can definitely help tap in for that. Just reach out to me, shamansi@proton.me or radiantlovevibrations.com. All right, let's go ahead and get into this week's Moon Day reading. And they're saying it's going to be kind of a duel. It's going to be a reminder of some of the things that came through last week when I didn't do the reading, and some of the things that are going to be coming through in this coming week. So there are 2 cards here. Go ahead and pick one of them, left or right. I am going to start today with the left card. Timestamp for the right will be in the description. Welcome back to those of you who chose the card on the left. Let's flip it over here and see what we got. The blue-footed booby. All right, this represents the 2 of Swords. And they're saying, Spirit is telling me that there is a lot going on in the mind, a lot of mind chatter, a lot of information overload. Yes, information overload. There's too many things going on in the head, and they want you to shut down some tabs, close some tabs, turn some things off. One of the things I did learn from the activations that I received recently was something that they coined as the stoplight meditation. And they said the stoplight meditation is literally just coming to a red light for yourself. And so like, this is anytime, say you're in the middle of a work day, you're working and you want to just tap out, use stoplight, use a red light, tap out and push everything out of your mind just for that moment. It may be a minute, you may set your timer, maybe 5 minutes, it may only be for 30 seconds, but in that moment, you're going to completely tap out of everything happening in the multiverse, everything that's moving through your brain, and you're just going to see this complete blank space. And that blank space and that silence, it's what's going to bring you back into alignment and help let go of all of the mind chatter and the stuff that's coming through. Because right now we are working on reprogramming the neurological brain. So we've got to start letting go of some of that stuff, and they just want you to tap out completely. So use that stoplight meditation. Maybe it'll help you. I know it definitely has helped me. I've worked into it a couple times lately. And there are people that are doing similar things. They may just call it something different, but it's really just taking a moment to just tap out of everything, stop thinking, literally stop your mind, and allow things to just be. It really is cultivating presence if you think about it. All right, let's see what else wants to come through for those of you who chose the card on the left. What other mess? Wow, there is so much going on. Okay, let's see what we got so far, because there's quite a few that I think jumped out. Oh yeah, see, here we go. Okay. Is this the way we want it? Yeah, there's lots of blue, first off, like with the water cards here. And okay, they're saying like there's a need to get back into flow, to get back into alignment. They're also pointing out his blue feet. So being in the need of grounding, but not in a sense of like earthing and anchoring, more in the sense of like I see this vision of someone standing in a river and the water just flowing and moving through, passing by. It's letting those thoughts come and go. Whatever it is that's coming up in the head, let it come up and let it float on by. Let it continue down the river. And there's this energy of desire. There's something that you want. There's something that you've been cultivating, that you want, that you are ready to come to fruition, and you've still got this grasp on it, like this logical, how do I put this, spirit? This have to know the details, right? So like, perhaps you know that you're moving and you're like, well, I want to know where I'm moving and when I'm moving and how I'm moving and who's going to help me and who's going to be there and what's like, it's like you want all of the ins and outs, and that is not New Earth paradigm. That is still part of the old matrix systems where we're wanting to have everything lined up and in order, right? That's Industrial Revolution order and logic. So we're coming into a space of the energy of Aquarius, where it's really aloof and kind of floaty and airy, and in this space of like magic and magical things happening. But in order for those things to happen, you have to let go of the need or the control of wanting to know the XYZ. You do not need to know. Simply need to trust. And it's not that you're not trusting. They're telling me you are trusting. You have a significant level of trust that resides within you that feels really good. What's missing is this like you're wanting the tangible is what they're saying, and it's not what's coming through. This abundance, this whatever you're cultivating, whatever's coming next for you, is not something that you can grab out and reach out and grab onto. Instead, it's more etheric, more in the higher vibrations. It's not, it's so like relating it back to the trip, if you listen to the intro, it's, you may have seen things one way, but things are going to be completely different and look completely different and feel completely different in this higher vibration that you're coming to. So they're telling you, this is interesting. I've never actually heard them spirit say this before, but they're saying less grounding, because you're not allowing the magic to come in. It's like you're anchoring into that space, and you're like putting your feet down, and you're like, no, I want it to be this way, and I'm not going to move forward until it is. And spirit's like, okay, well then you're just not going to move forward, unfortunately. So maybe letting go of some stubborn energy, having to have it your way, or having to know. And this just happened to me. I had a friend that got a message, wanted to tap into for me recently, and when she went to tap in, she's like, oh no, I can't, you're being protected, there's like this aura around you, and I can't get any information right now. And that's never happened before. And what I got was, spirit's like, because you don't need to know. You do not need to know. You need to trust in it. You need to go with it. You need to feel through it. You need to flow through it. You don't need someone to tell you this is happening or that's happening. You don't need spirit to tell you this is happening or that's happening. You need to fully trust and believe that it is happening. And that's what's going to get you to that next level. So they wanted me to talk a little bit about belief systems. Certainty and belief are they're giving me this word, but I can't put it into English. They're like the power center. So when you believe in something, when you fully believe in something, it's going to happen no matter what, right? It's like, you've ever heard the term, like, you go looking for something, you're going to find it. It's the same thing. If your belief system is so strong about something, then yes, that's what's going to happen. So let me see if there's any more cards that want to come through. Yes, this one. Oh, wow. Okay. We got two, and let's pull one more just for a little clarity. Okay, interesting. So there's some mother wounding that's coming up to be cleared, and it's okay, they want me to redirect. It's not necessarily mother wounding. It's the mother within. It's the mother within. They're wanting you to connect with the mother within. Really connect with your feminine energy, regardless of whether you're male or female. Connect with that feminine energy within, because, okay, this makes a lot of sense, because the feminine is flowy and etheric and in those higher vibrations, right? Whereas the masculine is much more grounded and focused and driven and on the earth plane. And so they want you to tap into your feminine energy, get into that mother-like energy, and start mothering yourself, right? So maybe start nurturing yourself more, putting more love into yourself, eating well, or taking care of yourself with movement or music. They're reminding me of this, like, I saw this somewhere where they said, like, I don't know the truth in this, but I'm just going to repeat what I saw. But, I saw, like, and I think it was a Native American proverb, and they said, or maybe a Japanese proverb. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It says, like, somebody goes to the doctor and they're like, oh, I'm depressed. And they're like, oh, well, when was the last time that you sang? When was the last time that you danced? When was the last time that you got out into nature? It's like these things that keep us connected, singing and dancing and playing and, being in community and connecting with Mother Nature. Those are the things that bring us joy. And so if you're not cultivating those things in your life, of course you're going to go through a period of depression, because you're in basically in lack, right? Without those things. So, and they're telling me there's this, like, they're showing me, the image of, like they say, like the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder, but let's not use the angel and the devil. Let's use thought and belief. Thank you. So it's like your thoughts are like, oh, I got this, I can carry this, like I'm powerful, I feel it, I just need everything to line up and then everything's gonna happen. But it's still very structured, very orderly, still connected to these chains of an old system. And in the opposite, it's really tapping in, connecting to your highest self, not needing to really see what's going to happen next, and just fully trusting that what is happening is aligning for your highest and best timeline. And that's where they want you to come into, is this space. Let go of this space of the old paradigm of having to know the know, of having to have everything in order, and allow yourself some time to tap into that nurturing mother energy, and take care of yourself, whatever that means. If it means like you need a good sweat, then maybe go for a run or do some higher interval training. If it means that you just want to, feel loved, maybe find like a cat cafe or a dog park or something where you can go and connect with animals, an animal sanctuary. Animals are great for helping spread the love and making you feel really welcome. Sometimes it's harder to get into a community of humans, but opening up to the animal kingdom can really help shift you very easily. So perhaps looking into those spaces, and then really just allowing yourself to be present. Use that stoplight meditation. Come back to self. Come back to where you're at on your journey. Let go of everything else. And in that place, that's where the creation of what's coming next can be truly cultivated and help you step into the next level. So, all right, some of this they're saying you may have already gone through last week and you're still processing through it, or you're still shifting through it. Some of it will be coming up in the following, in this coming week. And any last messages, Spirit, that you have, let go. They keep saying let go, let go, let go, let go of the old, let go of the old paradigm, let go of the old paradigm, let go of yes, that feels so good. Just allow yourself to open up, expand, 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 expand. Let go of that old paradigm, let go of the old systems, let go of what needed to be to make things right. Just know that we are etheric beings. We are souls that come into these bodies for just a short amount of time to really enjoy Earth space and learn through all these different beautiful lessons that we were given here. And so they're saying now the lesson is to just free yourself from the systems of having to have everything in order and in place. Alrighty, that is all for this week. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will look forward to connecting with you for the next reading. Alright, adios. Welcome back to those of you who chose the card on the right. Let's flip it over here and see what we got. The Bluebird, also known as the Three of Swords. And okay, they're saying that there may have been some like mixed emotions that came up in the last week, and just some having to feel through things, and it's almost like you're fighting it. Like you feel like, I shouldn't have to feel through this anymore. I felt through it enough. I'm over it. I just want to bring in peace and joy and happiness and all of the good things. And they're just saying they want you to how do I say this? All right, they are just wanting you to open up, expand. Like you see, the bird is opening her wings and really letting herself get into really like the glide. They're telling me like the yeah, glide. I guess that's the best word for it. Let's pull some tarot and see what else wants to come through for this of you who chose the card on the right. Oh, okay. Let's see what else wants to come through. Other, do we want that? Yes. What's their messages? Oh, okay. I think they're gonna want that one, so I'm gonna put it off to the side. All right, let's start off with these. Okay, so the first thing I'm hearing is that there are gifts. There are gifts coming. There are gifts. There are gifts coming. Okay, there are gifts. You had to go through this this space, like almost a reawakening is what they're telling me. This space of tapping back into self and almost feeling like back into victim mentality. Like, how did I get here? Why is this happening to me? Why can't I get through this? Why aren't things happening faster? You know, all of the whys, right, is what they're saying. And it's because you needed to learn from that space how to really navigate through your emotions and know that there is no good and bad. There just is. So there is, when we're in this higher vibration and we're feeling all of the light and the good things, and then there also is when we're in this lower vibration. And there was okay, thank you. The messages are coming in really quick, so pardon my my stuttering here for a little bit. Okay, so what they're saying is in this space, it's almost like you see how her hands are up over her head, like, I don't want to hear this anymore. Like, I know what I need to work on. It's like you've known, like Spirit's told you over and over and over, you need to do this, or you've heard it from other people, or like, I don't know, maybe you did a reading on yourself and then you didn't get the answers you liked and you did another reading and the answers were the same, they didn't change. And it's like it's like, you know, and you feel you've finally accepted it. Thank you, Spirit, for bringing that through. You finally accepted it. It's like, yes, I know that this is something that I'm working through, and I know that I don't have to fully work through the whole thing to be able to process and move to higher vibrations. I also know that there are going to be levels that I'm going to keep cycling back. You know, healing is not linear. It definitely goes in these cycles of where we return to something that we've already worked on from a much higher vibration. And then we continue to move up and up and up until we're in a higher and higher realms. And those things stay there. So perhaps you've gone back into some inner child healing recently. Your inner child's coming out and asking you for play, for joy, for nurturing, for love, reconnecting. Maybe even you're having memories of things that you hadn't processed through yet, and they're coming up and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot all about that. And so it's just these like last remnants that you were working through because of like the gifts that are coming, the light that when these gifts come online. And can you clarify, Spirit, is this just gifts, as in like gifts that they'll be sharing with the world? No, not just gifts that you'll be sharing, like actual literal gifts. You have some abundance coming to you. Can we confirm, is this money that's coming in? Yes, some money that's coming in. It's also new friendships, possibly new love, new creations. There's just new gifts that are coming in for you, and also gifts that are coming online. So it's like this abundance of things that are at the door and ready to come through. And they want to make sure that once those gifts come through, that you don't get lost in them, that you don't get lost in the hype. So you may have heard people say like, oh, more money, more problems, or like, yeah, when I got my money, things change, or somebody like so-and-so, you know, came up and got a lot of money and they became a completely different person. And now they're not as humble and sweet and kind or whatever. And they're saying all of this was preparation for you to know that once you get those gifts, you're going to use them in the right way. There's not going to be like a hoarding, they're telling me. Interesting. So, not, because hoarding is, okay. Hoarding materials is what leads to greed. Interesting. Hoarding materials is what leads to greed. So not a hoarding of things, but more of, a generosity, they're saying, like a sharing, a community, doing the things and having that abundance come in so that you can create more for others. So, you know, being able to receive, but then also being able to give and to hold the light for those that are still growing through all of this, right? That are still very much in victim mentality, and having compassion for them and having love for them, and not necessarily like pushing them out or making them feel less than because they're not at your level just yet. So they're just, all of this that you've been going through was an activation / preparation for you to be able to still open your wings and fly, spread your wings, open up, have, be on the receiving end, receive all of the good things that you deserve and you are so worthy of. And then also being able to take what you receive and to turn it into something that can also give back or create, you know, whatever it is, more of something for others. It's a ripple effect that they wanted to get you into the energy of, so that you don't get back into this energy where you feel like you're all alone and the world is against you and not for you. Can I flip this one? Not yet, they said. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through. Oh, okay. That just went flying. Let's see. Okay, I'll show you here. These cards came out. I'm feeling that one, and that one. Okay. Yeah, lots of air energy, opening up, spreading the wings, connecting with your highest timeline, receiving, right? She has the lotus mudra, the abundance mudra, calling it in, receiving, being open to receiving, and grounded and stable enough to be able to shift that energy into, like, literally alchemize that energy into something that's going to help others. So not becoming of service to self, not hoarding material things, but becoming of service to others, helping others. Doesn't mean that you can't have nice material things. It just means that your purpose, part of your purpose, is not holding on to things. I feel like this is very much old paradigm, right? Like, look at my big house and my nice car and all of my beautiful things, and look at how great I'm doing. Whereas New Earth is all about community and oneness and wholeness and together as one. And so it's more about, look at this space that we create, that we can continue to, you know, that we can have a garden and help feed our neighbors, or we can bring people together in community and pray or meditate or raise the vibration, whatever we're doing. So it's not just for self, it's service, it's in service to others as well. So all of what you've been growing through has just been in preparation, and what's to come is, you know, these gifts that you're going to be opening up to and also receiving. Okay, can I flip this now? Yes. Okay, the Father. Interesting. So the grounded, the grounded, the earthly, the masculine, right? So they're saying with this energy, Oh, okay, I feel it. Thank you for clarifying. When you receive, it's going to be so abundant, and the expansion that's going to come to it from it is going to be incredible. And your guides just want to make sure that you're in the right place to be able to ground and anchor that energy and then use it for something tangible, for something helpful to others, right? Not just keeping it for self, not gatekeeping the things that you know, but actually sharing what you know with others, sharing what you've been through, sharing, your experiences and the things that got you here, and how you went through the highs and the lows, and you've been through the victim mentality, and you've learned how to open up yourself to receive, and now you're here to show others and to help guide the way. All right, beautiful message for those of you who chose card number 2. Just checking to make sure there's no last messages from spirits. Just be. They're saying you don't need to make anything happen anymore. You don't need to, just be present. Allow it to come to you. You deserve this. And your guides, your ancestors that are bringing these gifts to you, they're bringing it because they see your worthiness. They see what you've moved and shifted through and how you're going to be able to help humanity as a whole. Beautiful message. Thank you so much. I'll look forward to connecting with you all soon. Adios.